鍵穴に目を近づけるのはいけないことでしょうか。Nice.
Hey friend, it's your favorite Powerpuff Girl. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you've been doing well. So I thought that this video would be a good idea for anyone who has been wanting to go into software development for the benefit of being able to work from anywhere and just working from home. 2020 was trash, but it was the first time I've ever worked from home. And I've currently been working from home for, I guess, as long as we've been in this pandulce, I guess, a year. I thought I would break down the expectations that I had and compare it to the actual reality of it. I almost want to start like a segment of expectations versus reality of software development or just tech in general, because I think there are a lot of those. If you're new here, my name is Mbendandor. I am a full stack software developer in Los Angeles, California. I compete in pageants, Miss Washington US 2020. Yeah, that may sound like I have my life together, but I don't. Either way, this channel is basically all about me giving you the information that I wish I had when I was in school. So if that interests you, then keep watching. Okay, the first expectation that I had going into fully remote work was that I would have a routine, and like, you know, the 5 a.m. routine that you always see on YouTube when you look up morning routines of successful people. I thought I would be waking up early, naturally, you know, with the sun and the birds, just taking care of myself, having breakfast, working out, meditating. Oh my God. Before I started like to open my laptop and work, but the reality was not that. Well, it was that for maybe a month or so, but I usually just wake up, open my laptop, and just start working. It's just what it is. It's just so hard to find the motivation to keep a routine, especially when it was like the hell of 2020, you know? I'm trying to slowly get into the habit of just adding small things to make my mornings better, but I'll usually work for maybe 2-3 hours before I get up out of my bed or my hammock, and I'll wash my face and maybe eat breakfast. Yeah, it's definitely not what I was expecting when I was going into fully remote work. So the next expectation that I had was that I would always be motivated. And I think that's because I thought, well, I'm gonna be at home, I'm gonna have all of this time and like energy to just do everything and anything that I want. But in reality, it's almost like you can have less motivation working from home than in an office. Because when you're in an office space, it's like, okay, I am here because I need to work. Like, I'm here to work. But when you're at home, it's like your home isn't your work, you know? So you're also here to spend time with loved ones, to watch anime, to eat, to sleep, you know, all of that. So you just got to make sure that you have like a designated workspace in order to prime your brain into thinking, when I'm sitting here, it's time to work. But that's even hard to do because sometimes, you know, it's like raining outside or something like that. You just want to stay in your bed and work. So it's pretty hard to stay motivated every day, to be super active, doing everything on your to-do list and all of that. It's just not really realistic. Maybe for other people, but for me, it wasn't realistic for me. For this girl, this baby girl, was not realistic. My next expectation is that I thought I would have more time for self-care. And this is where I'm talking about more of like my theory of why I can't really stick to a routine every single day. And I think it's because I had a strict structure to my day when I was going to an office. There was 8 hours of my time that I needed to spend at this location. And then, I mean, add in like maybe an hour for commute or so. By the time you get home, or at least by the time I get home, you know, it's 4 o'clock. And I only have a certain amount of time to give to other things in my life, whether it was a pageant or it was YouTube or it was exercise or, you know, my own self-care. It was hard to like fit all those things into one. So I had to, you know, I had to fit all those things or at least some of those things, into a limited time that I had. And now that my schedule is not as strict, it's like I don't have to be somewhere 9 hours out of my time, and it's just more flexible. You know, sometimes you just don't feel like doing stuff. And I'm just the kind of person who needs rigid structure and consequences in order to get stuff done. So it's a lot harder to find because I am a late starter in my day. I'm doing other things, and it's hard to find time to actually prioritize self-care. I mean, for me, all I need to do is wake up earlier in order to solve that problem, but I'm definitely going to be and have been prioritizing my self-care a lot more in a skincare night routine and, you know, having little spa days and things like that. So this is a big one. I really thought that I would be more well-rested. So when I was going to a physical office, I would go to sleep at around like 1 or 2 a.m. and then wake up at 5 or 6, get to work by 6:30 or 7. And by the time I got home, it was like 4 and I was too sleepy to do anything else really. So I would probably be functional at about 6 p.m. And it's kind of hard to like fit stuff in at that time because all you want to do is just unwind from the day and hang out with your loved ones. By the time I got to like right before we had to work from home, I was so burnt out. Like, whoo, friend, I was so tired. Like bro, I dreaded Sundays. Oh my goodness, it was too much. So that first day of work from home was amazing, especially for I was talking to my coworkers, we all agreed like this was it because, you know, I got to actually sleep and I was so much more productive at my job. So that was excellent. And I thought that would keep going, but you know, after about a few months, I averaged like going to bed at about 4 a.m. maybe. This is why I'm always filming YouTube videos this late at like, you know, after midnight. Yeah, I'd be going to bed at like 3 or 4 and then I wake up at 9. So I'm tired. But I think it's just because it's so hard to have a sense of time when you're in your house all day. It's hard to just keep track of things, which is why you need to intentionally like live in the present. And that's what I've been trying to do a lot more. So I have been trying to like go to bed a little bit earlier throughout the week so that I can get better quality sleep and a little bit longer sleep. Because how, like, can you imagine like going back to work, to your physical job, and you're still tired? Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to be that person. I'm very privileged to say that, you know, that I can go to bed at a time that is reasonable and wake up at a time that's reasonable. So I really need to prioritize that. Another good one. I thought my work-life balance would be chef's kiss, like impeccable, so perfect, because it's like you have all the time in the world. Like, you're at home, like you don't have to get dressed and like, you know, put your, I don't know, mascara, I don't even know, I forgot what it's like to be going to an office, but you don't have to prepare to go somewhere, get in your car, do a commute and all that stuff. Like, you're home, you know. So I thought that it would be perfect, but it's so much harder, I feel like, because your home is also your work, but like it's all in the same space. At least for me specifically, it was really tough at first trying to like separate work from home, because you can just keep working. But like when I was at my office, it's like once I left my job, then that was it, because my laptop and equipment was there. But now that all my equipment is here too, I can just keep working, you know. But I definitely try not to do that. It's very rare that I work more than 8 hours Monday through Friday, but it's just a lot more of a struggle than I expected. You know, I understand why entrepreneurs just work like 12 hours a day, because it's like, you can, you know. That's something you definitely want to keep in mind when it comes to working remotely and all the things that I stated. I mean, these things are all very personal, so they're more like me problems. They might not affect you whatsoever. I just thought I'd share, you know, the expectations that I had versus the actual reality of it. And I will say, like, I'm very, very blessed to be in the position where I am, like where I was still able to have a job and was able to work remotely. So I'm definitely not complaining. I will never go back into an office again. Never say never, but like I don't have the, like, come on, Raven. I don't see it. I don't see me going back into a physical office again. So these are just things I'm gonna have to get used to, and I have gotten used to. It's been a year now, but yeah, let me know what expectations you guys had working from home, if you are working from home, so that other people can like decide whether they want to work from home too, because that is one of the great perks about being a software developer. Let me know the struggles that you've had so that we can talk about it, because it's definitely a struggle. Like, everything has its pros and cons. And with that being said, friend, I should probably start getting ready for bed, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care of your mental health and have a good rest of your night or morning. Bye.